My name is Umut Ilhan, and in cooperation with Abdul Fakirzada, we are going to talk about how Corona changed our lives over the top of Vienna. Here I am.
Currently, the COVID-19 virus is the biggest topic of conversation that exists. For about 1 year, the world has been affected by this virus, and working life, private life, as well as school life have been or are being severely impaired. Despite the government's efforts to keep the pandemic under control, the virus has been spread sharply. The most infected people in Austria had and still has Vienna. When the government decided on the first lockdown and closed all schools, it was clear that this virus was no longer a joke.
And now we are driving into the heart of Vienna to see if the implementations of the government are effective.
And now, as you can see, we are driving to Schwedenplatz.
And now we are switching to the private life during the actual lockdown. As we all know, the most things aren't allowed anymore. You can't just go outside and play soccer or basketball with your friends. Also, you can't really just go outside and meet your friends or go out in the evenings. For example, my 18th birthday was on the 17th of November and I couldn't celebrate it because of the lockdown. Constantly being home, sometimes even alone, can make you really depressed and weary. To stay safe, I personally do sports and spend more time outside alone.
How you can see, there are many people here and nobody cares.
COVID-19 doesn't affect only the school life. It is also bad for the working life. I constantly get confronted with that because of my parents and my friends. For example, my friend Dominik is apprentice at Arbeiterkammer Wien. He told me more about his experience during the pandemic. He must perform his work at home, but also goes to his workplace every Monday and Wednesday. The fact that he doesn't have the same equipment at home as in his office, he can't work efficiently.
Drittens, Pflichtschulen stellen wie schon die Oberstufe auch auf Fernunterricht, also auf Distance Learning
The question that most adults probably ask themselves is how Corona is in a classic school day and what impact it has. Only students, the people who have to prepare for their future, can describe the situation at best and pass on the experience to teachers, future employers, politicians and all others. There is a quote called "Year of his future." It's so meaningful. The young people who are being educated today will later continue their lives based on their knowledge. But how was the situation in the last Corona holidays? Well, if we get closer to it, I think the implementation of the government with distance learning was in general very good. However, the current situation was very new for everyone, so there were such different trouble, where the teachers overestimated themselves and the people underestimated themselves. Sometimes teachers gave up more than normal in the lessons. The statement, "It's not a holiday, you should do your school and homework," we heard it a lot.
This was quite chaotic, since students who did not have a laptop could either claim one from the government or had to get one from themselves. I was one of the students who didn't have a laptop at that moment. I borrowed a laptop from the government, but I had to wait a long time for it to arrive. In the meantime, I had to take part in online lessons with my mobile phone and had to do my homework and schoolwork with my phone. And this was hard to do. For example, subjects like programming or network engineering was not possible to do with a phone. The teachers didn't consider and gave me a negative mark. Happily, my parents understood my situations and finally got the laptop a week before school started again. Everything seems to get normal again.
5 months later.
Ja, müssen wir weitere Einschränkungen vornehmen. Für die nächsten 2,5 Wochen von kommenden Dienstag bis einschließlich Sonntag, dem 6. Dezember, wird es daher einen zweiten Lockdown wie im Frühling geben.
We are in the same situation again, but this time we know how to handle with it. The teachers also got more know-how with online tools because of some educational trainings they took. So I can speak about my personal experiences I made this lockdown. Sometimes I had some problems with it. I don't have an own room for me because of the high renting prices in Vienna. So my sisters and I have to do several things and it's not possible to concentrate myself to the running subject the whole time. Also teachers are doing the lessons like on our timetable. Some days we have e-schooling from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Those are 9 hours where I should tell my parents and my sisters to be silent. In the 4th grade of a higher technical college where our matura is already next year, it's very hard for me to get into and keep up the subject topics.
E-Learning, Social, was auch immer, Distance Learning Geschichte, das Beste und das Schlechteste. Also
damals hatte ich halt nach dem ersten Lockdown eine Ausarbeitung schreiben müssen in Englisch, wie überhaupt Corona unser Leben verändert hat. Und da war es halt einfach so, dass ich hingeschrieben habe, dass es ein sehr schlechter Aspekt ist für Schüler, die eigentlich eher im Hintergrund sind in der Klasse, die eher schüchtern sind, dass die Lehrer nicht aktiv mitverfolgen können, ob die Person überhaupt mitkommt. Halt vielleicht fragen die Lehrer in den Sitzungen, ja, kommt ihr überhaupt mit, könnt ihr alles, versteht ihr alles? Dann sagt keiner was. Halt, die meisten sagen dann ja, oder wenn man nichts sagt, dann nehmen die Lehrer an, dass es jeder kann. Aber die Schüler, die dann im Hintergrund stehen, sagen dann halt einfach entweder nichts oder sagen einfach ja, damit der Lehrer sie nicht extra Fragen stellen. Und das ist halt eben der größte Nachteil bei dem Ganzen, dass die Schüler im Hintergrund noch weiter in den Hintergrund rutschen und einfach nicht mit dem Stoff so mitkommen, als wie es normalerweise sein sollte. Denn die Lehrer können dann nicht einzeln nachfragen oder an den Blicken erkennen, ob der Schüler überhaupt mitkommt.
And now you're high on top again. I know the life during the COVID-19 pandemic is very hard for everyone. We wish you the best because we love you.